It's already live. We fucked up. No one's watching though.
Alright, you're getting banned. See you later.
So. Okay, bye.
And
Have a good one, kid.
kind of
Paper, no, put your clothes back on.
Ooh.
Clothes back
I
on.
wasn't for that.
The hot tub
Ready?
D&D
Also-
session is next week.
Why you at me with only a question mark, you dumb bitch? Who does that?
I mean, did you want me to ping you nonstop like Flame does?
No. An at is sufficient. I don't need a question mark.
It's a question. Where are you?
No, it's a question mark because there's no question attached to it. There's just my name. Yeah, an exclamation part would be more applicable, I think.
Oh, and Heels, I have good reason. I'm doing a collab with a bunch of other VTubers, and we're all running it together on Saturday.
Yeah, you told me on your stream last night.
Oh yeah, but that's why I'm avoiding spoilers.
Yeah, we weren't gonna spoil it.
I want to go in fresh.
Spoiler me right now. Tell me everything that happens.
Send it in DMs.
Nope, do it in voice. You can mute.
Lo and
Okay.
behold, you actually do not fight the 12.
What the frick?
I don't believe you.
Bro.
The Alliance rename
They are
is
all machines from Omega.
Myths of the Realm.
Uh-huh.
I still don't believe you.
I don't believe you.
So I logged on to do PvP and then ended up doing my adventurer plate for 40 minutes.
Yo.
Sounds about right.
I like half-assed mine, but
I've changed mine like 4 times.
Also sounds about right.
Why? You can hold 20 of them.
Not profile pictures, adventurer plate.
Well, you can hold 20 profiles.
Yeah, I keep changing my plate.
I wish you could have different styles. That would be preferred.
Tails.
Didn't they mention that they're gonna have adventure plates linked to...
Achievements and
Classes?
stuff.
Well, no, like if you swap to a different class, you would change adventure plates.
I don't
Or
think
is,
so.
or is that gonna
Just
be
the
further?
profile
released?
looks like. But it's in beta, so
I love it.
Copium.
And what was that, Flame?
Amelia uses a charge if I use her, right? I can't remember.
Correct.
Okay, fuck. Alright.
Oh, I should pull up my stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. So first, let's go ahead and turn on the music.
oh no.
Put it on a nice little loop there. So last time, you guys were making your way through an old Balcothan ruin that is for some reason attached to a interesting creature that has been buried under the sand. And while you all are going about, you fought a bunch of canopic golems, seeming to be vessels for 3 souls that had somehow made their way here from the ruins that were once under the region that is now Closa. As you were fighting through and making your way about, you found that this place and the Valcothans of old somehow have a connection to the plane of the dead. And you met and started to attack an individual named Triabon, who seems to have been here from times of old. Having broken 3 of 4 pillars, the central region is now starting to sparkle with brilliant light, and energy is filling the room. Triabon has unleashed a few spells and unleashed a massive poisonous breath upon the room. But he still looks healthy. So starting at the top of the round, Rain, what would you like to do?
Well. I am going to actually let's peek to the side and shoot an arrow.
Alright. And with those, the first two do hit. The last does not.
And do I get sneak attack? Because I'm behind.
You do get sneak attack because currently he is in combat with Jean right beside him.
Nice. And then I knock right back to the pillar.
All right. And as your psychic bolts make their way across the field, you notice that they seem to be shifting the air as they're going through, almost as if the air is becoming more palpable. Aris, what would you like to do?
Okay. How you feeling, Gene?
Do what you must. I feel perfectly fine.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and... You get like 3 attacks a turn, right?
No.
What
Oh,
did you
yes,
get?
I do. I get 3 attacks.
So, I'm going to go ahead and command time and attempt to cast haste.
Okay, go ahead and make your roll.
It is a d20. A d20 and half my character level.
I believe that is correct.
So, where is it? I don't make it.
Okay.
I don't know if you want to explain what happens.
Let me go ahead and pull it up really quick.
Oh my god, if you stun me.
What the fuck
No.
did you do?
It's not as bad as you think it is.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Which orb is not exploded?
Okay.
It's the one beside
This-
Gene.
The one beside me.
So, Jean and I would say Eldon, given his ridiculous perception that he has. As you're going through this battle, you're working about, and you see Aris start to call upon magics, very similar to what you saw occurring outside when you were fighting with Zeetman. But something starts to go awry. You see the spell arcing, and eventually backfires upon Aris.
Oh.
And as this occurs, you see him visibly start to age.
Ooh.
Aris, you are now currently
42.
How old when you started?
Oh no.
Like 28.
Oh, Jesus Christ. 4 years.
well, this one
This one was 10.
yeah, you 10 years.
Oh, 38 years? Is it 38 now?
No,
Mhm.
I lost.
An oldie.
I lost 4 to some other fight. So I'm 42.
Alright.
You're an old bitch.
Yeah. Okay. Well, shit. That was in my action, right? So I still have my bonus in the
Correct.
movement. That's unfortunate. Okay. Shit. It's an action to summon my bugs, right?
It's an action to what?
Summon the bugs.
I want to say it is. The staff should say it specifically, though.
Yeah, you use an action. Okay. Okay. Fuck. Well, I'm gonna. That was useless. I was really hoping that was gonna work out. 30 feet, I think I have. So you got 1, 2, 3. Okay. I will get up to there. And then that'll be my movement. Sorry, hang on. I'm so sorry. I'm a fucking mess.
And
Okay,
now
I'm
it's
fine
your
with
on
that.
deck.
I'm good. And I stay.
Okay, excellent. So Nihilus, what would you like to do?
So I've watched like these orbs get destroyed. Did it take like a lot of damage or?
Decent amount. It's not something that you would just walk up, whack it once, and it's just going to explode. But they're not overly sturdy either.
And with magic missile, I can do it one at a time.
There is only one remaining, which is this one here by Jean.
Correct, but so if I do magic missile at a higher level, I can do each missile one at a time, right? So that when it does destroy, I can switch targets.
Essentially. And actually, what would happen is if it did destroy the target, the missile would fly through, and then you could change with your mind where it's going.
Just for reference, it took about 50-ish 8 damage. It took all 3 of my multi-hits to hit it for about 40.
Oh, well,
50 damage.
fuck. Then I shouldn't magic missile it.
It's been 3 weeks, so.
It has been 3 weeks. Did I do Crown of Stars? Do I
Yeah,
have
you
stars?
have it
You
on.
do
Yeah,
have stars.
stars. I think you
Do I-
used one
I
already.
think I used one. Sorry, it's been so long.
No worries. Yeah, no, you did have Crown of Stars. It is still up, and you've used one.
Okay, let me keep that. Okay, sorry. I know you said I was on deck, so I'd be ready. I'm so sorry. All right, I'm gonna guiding bolt at 3rd level at the remaining orb.
All right. Go ahead and roll your attack.
Hey.
Pretty good.
All right. So as this attack goes out, and that's at the remaining pillar.
Yes.
Okay. So the pillar itself starts to light up. It cracks, and you feel the energy starting to pour out of it. But it hasn't quite broken through. The next
Okay.
attack on it, though, does have advantage.
Then I will do my bonus action with one of my motes of light.
Okay. And definitely hits. All right. And with that, the pillar cracks and cracks. Jean, Eldon, Aris, and Nihilus. I need all of you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh shit, what did we do?
Oh,
I have.
I'm so far away
Oh my
though.
God.
You are. The only reason Rain is not happy
'cause she's
is
line of
because she's
sighted.
in line of sight.
If you have expertise in stealth, you don't have
A saving
advantage in
Correct.
dex, do you?
No.
throw? Oh, I
Okay.
fail.
All right. Aris and Eldon, you both save.
Hold on, I might have.
So
a-
we only take 100 damage.
And actually, what I'll do, I will go ahead and put this in not GM mode.
How much is this gonna murder
kind of
us?
mean.
I don't want to see this though.
6.
Is this a magical effect?
1d10.
It is. And the 6 is for something else.
With my amulet, I can use 2 charges from my symbol to choose to succeed a saving throw they have failed from a cast spell or magical effect.
Okay, so you would automatically succeed.
Okay,
Charges
hit
marked
me.
off.
So you take 33 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
oh my god.
On a success.
I take
Jean, you
66.
take 66 points.
I'll
So
get
yeah, those that succeeded take the 33.
Worth the 2 points.
And then you take 14 points of force damage as the explosion knocks you out.
To be fair, 14 is not half of that.
Is it not? Oh no, that's not at all. Doing crazy talk. That'll be 18. Yeah, 18.
Oh, okay.
All right.
How's he
And-
looking?
As the explosion goes out, he also did not save. So
Good.
full brunt of that
Mhm.
damage. And Jean, you notice something. As these souls come flying out, hitting against him, they seem to start healing him.
That's not fair. You can't do that.
Like he's
Mhm.
absorbing the souls.
Yeah, the force damage definitely knocked him a bit, but
Where is it?
I thought we freed them.
From the middle?
mhm.
Get him away from it, Gene.
How are you gonna do that?
He's a dragon. He can muscle him.
Smack
Maybe.
it with your
He's
tail or
technically
something.
the same size as me.
Yeah, he's gonna be able to move like maybe 10 feet tops.
Grapple.
All right, Nihilus, would you like to move or use a bonus action? Oh wait, you bonus action at the start. So would you like?
I am gonna move. Just in case.
All right, excellent. Jean, you notice this necrotic wave of energy that blasts out, and while the necrotic energy starts to heal him up, he then gets knocked back a bit by the force wave.
Okay.
But you also notice that while the 4 items are no longer in effect, the energy in the center is not getting smaller. It's getting higher.
It's building type of deal.
Good possibility.
So whenever you said it was absorbing, does it like is he technically in the pool right now? This liquid, whatever souls.
He is not. He is beside it.
Okay, so it's not like contact.
Correct.
Okay. Okay, well let's see if I get my dragon breath. I get my dragon breath. Okay. So, I know from our ventures down into the research lab and my ventures down into the ruins under Nervier, I would recognize that the living stone here is like not fully complete. It's like early stages, correct?
Seems to be, yes.
Okay. Well, let's see if this works. I'm gonna lightning breath him. 90 feet line all the way down here.
Okay.
And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit him, but I also want to angle it just right where I can collapse, hit the living stone above, and collapse this tunnel.
Okay.
Because I know that they have a Death Knight, and it never came to us, so this is the only entrance that he would have left out of.
Okay, so let's see how much damage you do, and if it's high enough, we'll have you do some rolls for that. So go ahead and roll your attack.
So DC
That's
19.
a pretty chunky bit. And he does not save.
Nice.
I would like you to roll me a perception check. This is actually no, this would be aiming, so let's actually just make it a dexterity check.
Does a flat dexterity?
Yeah.
With the dragon's dex.
19.
All right. So first, let me go ahead and add his damage. All right, and as you are aiming it through, you are looking beyond this individual, and as the bolt hits the wall far back here, it does start to break and shatter and crumble down, and you are successfully able to close off that wall.
Nice.
Where did he close off the wall?
This passage to the south of us.
South.
Word.
So the only way they
Nice.
can get to us is where you're
Where
at.
we-
Directly behind me. Awesome.
Yeah. But you'll see
That
them
or-
coming, so
That or if they can teleport in.
yeah.
Oh, no wonder you guys can't see it. There we go.
Oh, thanks.
Yay!
I am in the
Yay!
wrong layer for you to see that.
Then
I'm like, why can't you see it? It's right there.
Very clever.
And I believe my lightning breath takes up my whole action.
It does take the action, yes, but you
Okay.
still have your bonus action and your movement.
Well, if I remember correctly, you said that I can't use spells during dragon form, correct? That's my race abilities and class abilities.
Correct. Yeah, you
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to cast since you can't move in the same ways.
Okay, yeah, so I don't have any bonus actions, so that'll be at my end of the turn.
All right. That definitely caused some things to be noticed.
The frickin' explosion of necrotic energy didn't?
Little bit, but then followed immediately 6 seconds later by a massive explosion and crumbling of rock. Yeah. You are assuming that it is probably known that where you guys are now.
I mean, I've fired my lightning breath a couple times. I'm pretty sure it's like a thunderclap, so he would have heard it.
We're not the most
I'm
subtle.
shocked. I expected they knew where we were as soon as we went in.
All right.
Now
also
we
have
know
not
they
rolled very
know.
well on their perception.
Well, and we waited a second. We waited a few minutes for them to get far away too.
It was like a minute. Yeah.
All right. So, Eldon, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Sleep. But seriously,
Fuck him up.
I'm not doing great.
so are you fucked up?
Do you need assistance?
Yeah, I'm half health,
Fuck off.
which isn't
Telling
much.
me.
70.
70?
It's okay.
That's like one shot territory, actually.
Yeah. That's okay. I'll be fine.
I mean, I could help you, but I
Yeah,
think
that's
you'll
fine.
be
Do
alright.
your thing.
Oh my god, I forgot I got that cool new robe.
So I'm just checking what I've all used since last time. I could not remember what I've used and what I haven't, so I'm just going through that. So that's why it's taking a little bit. Did I hunter mark this little bitch for? Or no?
You did not.
I did not. I did not.
So, would you like to put a hunter's mark on it?
Maybe not. So this guy, has he actually attacked yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, he attacked
What
Jean.
did he do?
He hit me too. He did
He
like
chain
sword.
lightning.
He did sword attack. No, he didn't do chain lightning. He did a poison breath on Jean and I. And
He did a chain lightning as well.
There was 100% a chain link.
I thought you said he's going to chain lightning, then you
He
decide
was gonna
against
finger
it.
of death. He was gonna finger of death and then
That's what it was. I counterspelled it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's got spells basically. Okay.
He's also a melee attacker.
Does he go?
But yeah, I hit Jean with a sword, so.
How hard did he hit, or did he not even hit?
I don't remember. It's been
He missed.
3 weeks.
I don't remember either. That's my own.
he missed.
What would you like
if
to
I
do
want to
for
go
yours?
melee or not? Is the reason.
Do it up. Do whatever you're gonna do.
Don't rush me, you fuck. I have calculations to make. Okay.
Well, the air is getting thicker with energy.
No, it's not. It's not being so thick.
We're all gonna age like ours, waiting for paper to go.
True. That's what my
All right,
agent
I'll just press random buttons. Okay. Fuck it. This guy had really high AC, right?
Yes, he does.
Okay. It's like 20 plus, isn't it? Okay. Why? Fucking roll 20, please God.
All right, and all three of them do hit, and you do get the sneak attack since he is still in combat with Jean.
Yeah. So, first one, steel, iron, whatever the. I can never remember, but the AC reduction, and the last two I'll do at Did he resist fully before? I don't fucking remember. It's been too long. F it.
All right.
We can do it anyway.
So as the arrows go out and start pinning against him, you also start to notice that your arrows are feeling more resistance in the air as they are going through. They're hitting him, but it's something is definitely off.
All right. So all the pillars are donezo, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're going.
Except mine.
I'm gonna.
Wait, no.
Your table.
Oh, yeah.
Does he know where? Does he know where you are, Rain?
Most likely since I hit him, but he's distracted by the big dragon right beside him.
I'm scared of this over here. Yeah. Okay. We'll come. So I can do 40, and I want a bonus action hide for next turn.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your
Watch
stealth.
that. Would I still technically have thingy thing? What's it called?
Fast
I'm not sure which one you're
Didn't
talking
you
about.
have
Pass a trace.
Didn't you
If I
have
haven't
your
cast a spell.
It's concentration. You would need to roll your.
I was gonna say, doesn't he have his ally up?
Well, any hunters marked?
Oh yeah,
No, I
so yeah.
didn't. No, I
Pass
didn't.
without a trace would be off at this
Oh,
point.
I thought you said you
I-
hunters
I-
marked.
I said, do I want to, or is he already? That was the words that
I
I
Yeah,
said.
thought
I
you-
didn't mark him, so I'm assuming
Yeah.
he's not marked.
No, not marked.
Didn't you summon your ally for this? I can't
It's not
remember.
a spell. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
You would still have to roll for damage for concentration.
That is true. So let's see if I do still have it or not. Nada. Okay, doesn't matter.
What am I doing?
All right, and that
I
goes
have it
away.
at advantage, but it doesn't matter.
All right, so feeling pretty hidden.
How good cover is this pillar?
A decent cover. You're feeling like it'd be a little hard to
This hasn't
throw
collapsed.
something at you.
Good.
So as Triabon looks about, his eyes lock with Aris.
No.
And he starts speaking in very, very antiquated Elvish.
Do I understand any of it?
You would gather a few pieces of information in particular. There is definitely some shock involved. And you recognize ascended magic.
Ascended magic.
I don't.
Oh, he's
I
talking
don't.
about you.
I don't understand anything. Do I?
Do you speak Elvish?
No.
Dumb bitch.
But the thing that really puts you off, Nihilus, as you're hearing this, is the word that he says at the end. Aris, you notice he is casting a spell.
What is he casting?
You don't know,
What did he say? at the end?
but it seems to be a completely verbal spell.
Counter spell.
Question mark.
Are you going to use
What-
counter spell or not?
What was the word that he said?
You,
The Elvish.
You said the word at the very end would catch my attention.
it would,
Yeah.
but I need him to make some decisions first.
That's counter spelled. Well,
Oh,
it has to work. I'll roll my
Oh.
shit.
Go ahead and roll.
it happens at the time.
What count-
It's third level, so.
Nihilus, the word that catches your attention at the very end, and Eldon, you also recognize this word as it is very commonly used as a battle cry
Oh,
within the Hawk Guard, as he tells Aris to die. You are power word killed.
what? Nah, mate.
He has two of those?
Finger of Death is different than Power
Yeah,
Word Go.
Finger of Death is different. Fuck! His body is still there. It just dropped, right?
He just drops.
Okay.
I roll like shit.
He just had to run away from me.
I wouldn't have
I'm on it,
mattered.
I'm on it. I'm on it.
I would have been able to stop it.
I'm on it. I'm on it.
And at this point, he slams himself against the dragon directly in front of him. I'm assuming a 29 will hit
Yes.
for 26 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
So,
And then-
is he dead? I'm assuming at this point.
Yes,
That's
he
what that
does
does.
not have any death saving throws. He just dies.
That's cool, I guess.
And at this point, he continues speaking and then walks directly away from Eugene.
I get an attack of opportunity, right?
You do. Go ahead and roll your attack.
Is he like 5 feet, 10 feet? What is he from?
He is 5 feet away from you.
Okay, I guess I'll take a bite out of him.
All right, go ahead and make your attack, and that does hit. And as it hits you, or as you hit him, he yanks his arm out of your teeth, making it rip against the form that he has. And you notice he is fleeing.
Okay.
He's running.
And at the top of the round, Rain, you see this occurring, and you notice across the way Aris falling to the ground.
Oh my god. Ah! What do I see what everyone is doing?
Just what they did in their previous turn. You
no,
are
just
the
right now.
fastest at this point, so no one else has reacted yet.
Oh my god. So, but I can see that everyone has seen Eris go down, right? Maybe.
You aren't sure. You would assume so, but you don't know for sure.
I was out in the open, so.
You are.
How big is the actually? Is there anything in between pond, or how high is the pond?
The pond is actually in the ground. So there's like a 5-foot jump up to the lip here versus the floor below. But it then recedes down.
Are these pillars over here?
Yes.
Okay, I am going to use my teleport and try to go towards Eris.
Okay.
Let me try this.
So go ahead and I believe you roll for your teleport, correct?
Yeah, the distance.
Nothing you can do.
One. I'm gonna re-roll.
Okay. All right, and I believe you get 10 feet per 7, right? So you would get to the other side of this.
Is there a... How high is the side of the pool? Can I hide below it or something?
Not
Not really.
really. It's 5 feet from ground to top, but it's very gradual, so there's no place for you to hide.
Okay, yeah, that's rough. What do I see on the southwest?
You do see a object over here, but you guys have not inspected it, so you don't know what it is.
Is it like glowing? What
It
does
is.
look like? Is it reacting to something?
Do you want to use your action to perceive it? Well, first off, you already used your action for the teleport. Where are you teleporting to?
Yeah, actually.
Because that would also influence things.
I'm going to teleport beside Jean's wing.
Okay.
Basically, hide behind Jean.
All right. So go ahead and teleport there.
Can I make it where it's really stealthy so he doesn't know?
You can bonus action hide immediately after.
Let's go.
Okay. So go ahead and move your token there, and then roll your stealth check using Jean as your hiding spot. Right. You are feeling stealthy.
Nice. Thank you,
You
Jean.
know, I'm a big boy.
Mhm.
All right.
Okay.
At this point, we will go ahead and turn to the environment. I need everyone that is still up to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Rain, you get my +5.
But I hid in everything.
You did, and I'll explain why very soon.
Was a not 20 save?
I actually rolled a 10 because my ropes.
Okay. And then Rain, go ahead and roll Constitution save. Okay. So Rain
I'm also
and
gonna
Eldon.
use reaction. What's it called?
Well, wait and see what it is first.
Oh, yeah, true.
So Rain and Eldon, you both are not influenced. But Jean and Nihilus, the aura of the room filling with these souls, filling with this built up necrotic energy getting thicker and thicker. You start looking about, and Jean, you see individuals that you have not seen in a long time. And you blink, and they're not there anymore. Nihilus, you see elves that were once left behind as corpses, blinking, and they disappear. That is as much as you can tell right now, but you do get a feeling that if you stay in this room for too much longer, the effects will get stronger.
And this is probably why he's running, not us.
Good probability.
All right.
All right, Nihilus, what would you like to do?
Death Knights, man.
Haul ass. Okay, hold on.
You want to be careful with that.
No, I'm going to Aris. I only have a minute.
Yeah.
Let me just double check and make sure I didn't take Long Strider. No, I took Jump. Fuck me. I'm gonna use my action to dash, and I'm gonna shoot a mote at him while I run. And can I swear at him in Elvish as I do so?
You can. Okay. And as the moat hits against him and you start swearing at him, he looks your direction. Die soon anyways. And he just continues his run. Alright, anything else you like to do in your turn?
That's my movement, action, and bonus action.
Alright, Jean, what would you like to do?
I have multi-attack. If I were to try to grapple him, would that take my whole action or one of my multi-attacks? I have
So
three
grappling's an
multi-
action, so it would be a contested strength check. So that would essentially be, one of your actions.
One of my actions.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna fly over here, and I'm gonna try to grapple them. We're both large,
Okay.
huge creatures, so I'm assuming I can.
Yep, so it's just a flat roll. Go ahead and roll your strength check.
While he does that, sorry, real quick. We're telepathically linked, right, Rain? Because you did it while we were
all of-
sneaking up here.
All of you but me
Think
are.
so?
I'm gonna telepathically say to check out that orb and then haul ass.
Take out the orb.
Check out this orb
Oh, the one at the bottom. Yeah, okay, okay.
and then haul ass.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. And as he starts running towards you, you fly and land in front of him. He starts to charge directly at you, trying to push through. But the just sheer amount of strength in these dragon muscles is able to hold him in place.
So that uses up one of my attacks or my action.
That would use up your... I'd say since you have 3 attacks, it'll use 2 attacks to grapple.
Okay. And then I want to try to use my last one to try to bite one of his legs off.
All right, bite away. As it is a called, it is going to be a higher DC, but you still hit it, in large part because of a silver arrow, or a steel arrow.
Whatever metal is.
Yep. And yeah, you are able to bite him, and let's see if he...
And that's going to be like part of my grapple. I'm going to like hang on with my teeth into his leg.
Okay, so that'll be 18 points of damage. Go ahead and roll me a d20.
Ah,
Okay. So you don't take the leg off, but it is profusely bleeding.
and that is all I can do.
Okay. Eldon.
So this guy had the sort of Taras type armor, right? So magic effects didn't really work on him. Is that right?
Well, we dispelled it.
Oh, we did? Okay.
Yeah, ours did.
Right. So I could try to banish it.
It's a wisdom save and he's an elf. I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah, that's the only problem is it's a low DC. But you might roll a 1.
I roll
Alright,
two
so
ones.
is that what you're gonna do?
Well, I think it may be beneficial because if so, the way that banish works, just to remind myself, is if it succeeds, how long are they gone for?
They are gone for a minute as long as you are able to maintain your concentration. If they are not originally of this plane, after the minute completes, they are returned to their home plane indefinitely.
Okay.
If they are native to this plane, they will just come back after a minute.
After a minute. Yeah. Okay. So it might buy us a minute, basically, if it succeeds. And it's only one action, so I might as well try. Actually, I'm assuming I can hit him from here. Pretty no issues. Yeah.
You can give it a run.
I was just wondering about line of sight because Jean's like in front of him, but it doesn't work because I'm dumb and I forgot you can just shoot 2 people because my
I
brain
mean-
is slow. Let me click the bow, god damn it.
As long as you don't roll a nat 1 or something.
I don't think that's important.
That'll do.
Oh. That's the opposite. So that's going to be banishing with a DC 13. He's going to save, probably.
Probably.
But it's one attack and it still does damage.
It's worth a shot.
My save's 18. And I was like, is it worth it? No, it's not.
I mean, mine's basically free to shoot out. So.
And with a 14, he saves.
Fuck off.
Oh my god.
That's rough.
Sadness. Alright. We need to leave this room, right?
Yes, we have a dead friend on the floor that I'm trying to fix.
So... Okay,
Aris can get us out when I get him up.
No, like, just so you're aware, it takes a minute to cast.
Oh, we're fucked.
Well,
so... Wow, you got the other one!
yeah,
Don't
you
you?
have the other one.
Yikes. Okay, so if we are planning on at least leaving the vicinity of this room via our leggies, perhaps, I will what's your base move speed, Nihilus?
30.
30. So I think this guy's still pretty healthy, so we're gonna have to postpone doing that for now. I'll shoot Nihilus with a mithril arrow, which increases her move speed by 10 for a round.
Okay.
And then the last one. Is he currently grappled, right?
He is currently grappled.
Okay.
One of the few immunities he does not have.
Nice.
There's no point healing because he's dead. Yeah, so I'll just shoot a normal arrow at the big boy. Steel or iron or whatever one.
Okay. And with that one, it goes out, but it's not quite able to hit him. Would you like to move anywhere?
I don't. If he breaks free of that grapple, I don't really want to be in the path of him. So I'll move around the pillar so I can still see him at least, but he's not going to run through me, I guess. And bonus action. Height again.
Okay. And that brings us to
And
his
let's-
turn.
Advantage.
Okay, so that'll be 31. You are feeling very hidden.
I am very stealthy. So
So
what's
at
he
this
do?
point, he starts wriggling in the grasp, and then he puts his hands out, grabbing on to Gene himself. You cannot stop me. Gene, you are hearing this within your mind as you feel your skin starting to shift and decay. I need a Constitution saving throw
Come on,
as he
please.
casts Blight.
Ugh,
Jesus Christ.
Could be worse.
I'm rolling so bad.
You take 31 points of necrotic damage.
Will you get your +5, right? So that's 17.
No, this is. I read online
Oh,
about.
it's a save. It's a save.
Yeah, well, it'd still be a +5, but I read online about True Polymorph that correct me if I'm wrong, Tails, it bases off of whichever one is higher, either mine or the polymorphed.
Yeah, usually.
Oh, yeah, my con
and then
save
with
does-
yours, your extra 5 is already built into yours. That's why you have a +10. You
Yeah.
rolled a natural 2. though.
Oh.
Yeah, I rolled a natural 2, and my base is a +10. If, let's say, my dragon's saving throw was higher, it would then tack on the extra 5 because my dragon form doesn't have the built-in 5.
All right. So yeah, you take 31 points of blight damage, and is your dragon form still in place?
Still in place.
Okay. As he wiggles about and it doesn't work, he just opens his mouth and unleashes his second attack.
Oh my god, I hate this guy.
Go ahead and give me another Constitution saving throw. I also need Eldon to give me a Constitution saving throw. Jean, you take 21 points of poison damage. And Eldon, you also only take 21 points of poison damage.
It's rolling so many nat 20s. That's
Mhm.
3
Well,
so
and it's
far.
changed from literally failing every con save up until now. So I'll take it.
It's a good time for it. All right. And as he is no longer able to move forward, having used both of his attacks, he raises his head up and starts to laugh. And he starts speaking in a language I don't believe any of you speak.
What is it?
The most likely would be Nihilus or Jean. What languages do you guys speak?
Abyssal, Celestial, Common, Elvish, Infernal, Primordial, Sylvan.
Okay, nope.
Celestial, Common, Draconic, and Primordial.
Okay, nope.
To be fair, added on. I don't know if it's that, but a few of us speak that weird magic language.
Yeah, that is not this.
What is it?
What is the language, man?
You don't know?
Has anyone ever
I
heard
hate
of
you
it?
so
Sorry, I'm
much
dead.
now.
I'm dead. I can't say it.
But what is it though?
You don't know?
Wait,
If you want
Please
to try
step.
your languages, Rain, feel free.
oh, it's just because it's Common, Draconic, Sylvan, and Thieves
Yeah, no,
can't.
it's
So
not
no.
any of those.
Thieves.
Oh my
Why have you
God.
speaking
Or,
thieves?
Why won't you just tell us?
Because it may be relevant later.
Because we
True.
don't know it.
Would it
Well,
be
that-
from would Rudd know anything?
No, Rod would not know this language. Alright, and that brings us to the top of the round. Rain, you just got the message from Nihilus. You see Jean grappling the creature in front of you, and you feel the air getting thicker and thicker. You now see the apparitions coming out of this central pool. And you can feel the energy getting stronger. What would you like to do? Rain?
Sorry, I misread. I would like to inspect the Orby.
Okay.
And see what
Are you doing it from there, or are you walking up to it?
I am walking, well, dashing up, or running up to it ish.
Okay.
Oh my god, she's so far away from the
Yeah,
exit.
If anyone can, like, her and Eldon, like, can haul ass, though.
Yeah, I got that little
Alright.
noise.
So, yeah. Go ahead and run on up there and give me a perception check. Or actually, give me an investigation check.
Yes.
Okay. You notice that this orb fills with magical energy. tremendous amount of magical energy.
Mm-hmm.
It also actually give me an Arcana check. Okay. It kind of gives you the sensation of burning as you get closer to it. But you can feel a connection, willing to let you connect to it.
Connection? Fuck. I touch it with my finger.
You touch it? Okay.
Oh my god.
Jesus
Wait.
Christ, between you and Aris, I swear to God, you're gonna give me an ulcer.
An
You
ulcer.
realize that it's connected with the Lich's place.
Uh,
Oh,
Do
okay.
it says
She touched
She
it.
said she touched it.
She said she
Yep.
touched it.
I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Dead Lamau. Oh,
You do not save.
What? Wait. I also have a luck thing. I think. Let me.
I think you need at least a nat 20 with your +3.
Worth a shot.
Give
Probably.
me. I don't know. There's.
I'll give you a moment to double check.
5%.
Liable
Oh my
talent.
God.
Whenever you make an ability that lets you add your proficiency bonus.
That's-
Is that proficiency?
That's your other shit.
Oh, god damn it.
That's not for a saving throw.
So
It says. Oh no, proficiency. I. Can also. If I use lucky, that changes everything, right? I cannot add it.
correct. You would just re-roll, and whatever the first roll is would be the 2 you can choose from.
Might as well burn it.
5%.
You know you failed though, so it's kind of up to you.
It's 20.
In this instance, you would know you failed. So if you want to use the lucky feat, feel free to do the re-roll.
Is it worth with a 20?
It is very much worth it.
If you roll a natural,
The
Okay.
DM's telling you it's worth it. Oh fuck.
The only way you're making it is with a nat 20, 5%.
Come on.
Okay.
Come on.
The Constitution.
And the reason I'm willing to tell you that is as you reach out to touch it, not thinking about it, you suddenly feel a burning sensation course throughout your entire body. You feel radiant energy
One more.
starting to feel throughout.
Oh
Well.
my God, they got worse and worse.
Oh my god.
186 points of radiant damage. As the
Can
magical
I
object
react?
pushes against
You do have evasive, actually.
Yeah.
you. You do have
Evasive and
evasive,
the other one.
so that'll be 93 points of damage.
Okay, I'm good, guys. I'm fine.
Oh my God.
we just see you burst into flames.
I just want people to acknowledge that's an average roll.
Guys,
That's
do
true.
it. Or actually, DM, do I
There's
get
3
anything
tens
from
of
it?
it. Oh, but there's also 3 ones.
It's a bit above average, I think.
You can tell that this is a very powerful object.
I think that's what we're here for.
96 damage.
93 points of damage. Radiant.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Okay. Yeah. So that's okay. Is that the touching an action? Or
The
was
touching
it
was your
bonus?
action.
Is she
along
still
with the
touching it, or-
investigation.
Yeah, that's true.
No,
got
no,
mine.
very quickly, like hot finger on the stove, pulled away immediately. But the fire that did cover her entire body as radiant energy coursed through you. You can feel that you could probably attune to this object.
That's what we were here for. That's what we're here for.
So
But it's going
Oh.
to take some time.
Bestow in the back
hey
holding.
DM, do I
God, do not
get
throw
anything
it.
from it?
Do
What's
not
that?
touch that again.
Also, I'm going to mention it to everyone that I am connected to.
Okay.
And DM, do I get any special powers from that touch? Or
No
unlocks?
special powers from
God damn
this
it!
one, but
Okay, fine.
you got a nice roasting.
Hey, you get the burn victim feat. Congratulations.
I guess that's the only thing I can. Oh, wait, no. Drinking.
Bonus for yourself.
Yeah, I'm just gonna drink a potion. 1 second.
Oh god. The layer action is gonna happen next.
Okay.
We don't know if it happens every round or if it has to build up.
100%.
Well, I do need everyone to roll a Constitution.
Look, okay, I could be optimistic.
That's cope. That's heavy cope right there.
Okay,
Please
guys,
roll.
Oh yeah, that's how that works.
Constitution?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's better than I've rolled all night.
Might be high enough. Maybe.
+1, 18.
18. Okay.
Does Jean have or Rain have to make it?
Rain has to make it.
one more.
Oh, just
Constitution.
kidding.
One save.
I think it's automatically adding that.
Ah, okay. So 17.
Wait, do I get more?
This
Another
is
one?
for something different.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So reversing rolls this time. Nihilus and
Okay.
Jean, you both save. Eldon and Rain, you do not. As Eldon, you start to see wood elves that you have not seen since the portals first opened, appearing before your eyes. Just standing there staring at you, disappearing the moment you blink. Rain. Jump down to secrets.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
That is so fucking annoying. We're right at our fucking goal.
I know. But we chose to break the orbs.
We can't run. I think breaking the orbs is still the right option.
I also think breaking the orbs was still the right option.
Even
I
if it
also
killed
agree
me.
with this sentiment
question
that
is,
breaking the
how
odds
do
would be
we-
the right option.
How do we stop this though?
We let it run its course.
Yes.
Bruh, I don't want to do that.
I can try and dispel magic, but I don't think it's gonna
Mm.
work.
Well, from my understanding, all the souls that were building up is just being released.
I can kind of deal with it. There's a few things that I can do, but I'm dead, so.
I'm there next turn.
The other problem is I don't know what I'm gonna do.
And as this is going on, the air gets thicker. Apparitions are starting to take form all throughout the room. Not solidified yet.
Yes.
And all of these individuals that you all keep seeing popping up on the side of your eye, all staring directly at you. Every single one of them, you realize, have had a direct connection to you, specifically. And that is true for all of you. Nihilus, you see Aris standing over himself, looking down at his body. And then he disappears suddenly. The body's still there. And what would you like to do?
Run to him and revivify.
Alright. I'm going to need you to make a religion check. As you start to cast Revivify, you see a collection of different individuals starting to appear around you. Because as your hand touched his body, you started to see the individuals of the Tiefling clan that died in the fight against Seaman. They all reach out, placing their hands on his body as well. Aris, you gasp for breath as you are brought back.
I want
You
HP.
have 1 HP.
You kind of.
I
Oh fuck.
bonus action healing word at 4th level. I fucking hate this spell sometimes.
Not a bad roll. So Aris, you are back up to 17 health.
Okay,
Yep.
so that was 20 feet of movement.
You got 40, right?
Oh, there's no way I could fucking make it to that orb.
Do I see? Nah, I wouldn't know.
Can you take the X off Aris so my anxiety can come down a few levels?
Sure. Let me switch to the right tool.
You're hovering delete.
Thank you. I'll telepathically think to Rain, can you grab it safely and get out? And I'm actually going to start running towards the hallway.
Okay, I
And I believe you have 1 level of exhaustion as a result of the Revivify.
Revivify? Let me check.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Not really.
No,
Okay, that's old.
just that it's only 1 hit point. I can't return creatures that have died of old age, and I cannot restore missing body parts with it.
Okay. All right.
I just had to get to him within a minute.
All right. And Rain, one question I do have for you. Unit tried to reach out to you, allowing you to start attuning. Did you?
Huh?
Did you start the attunement process?
Good question. Did I start the dream process, guys?
That is all you can. You're the only one who can answer that.
So yes or no?
Do you have to
It's an
touch it
orb?
to attune to it?
Mm-hmm.
What type of magic do I know it does?
Well, you got to feel lots of radiant, and that's the only thing you know about it.
Radiant and No, I'm not going to.
Okay.
Oh, I also told Aris to run when I revived him.
All right. Excellent. Anything else for your turn?
No, that's it. Sorry.
No worries. Jean, you are still grappling this creature who is manically laughing.
I don't need to reapply the grapple, right?
No, he is, unless he tries to break it or you release it yourself, he is still
Okay.
grappled.
So with the grapple taking 2 of my multi-attacks, could I do the same process as lay on hands as well, or will that just take up my whole action?
Oh, well, lay on hands.
Is a class feature.
Yeah. Let me check something really quick.
What is 100 yards in feet?
I don't fucking know. I'm not American.
Roughly 300,
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, 300.
Looks like it kind of goes both ways on this one, so I'll say yes. You can use 2 of your attacks to use that.
Okay, so I'll use my lay on hands on my as one of my 2 of my actions. And then for my last one, I will bite down on that leg again.
All right, go ahead and make your attack. That'll definitely hit. And with that amount of damage, the leg has been removed.
Huh.
As you bring your head back up, the leg no longer attached to his
Is he
body.
looking rough?
He's looking pretty rough. He's still got enough to kick with at least one leg, but he's
How
he's
you gonna
getting
kick with only one leg? Tell me
Jumping.
this one.
Well, I was
He's gonna
hoping
hop-
to
He's
hit.
gonna hop. He's gonna hop and kick.
yeah.
Well, I did it because I hope to hinder his movements. So if he does break out of my
Yeah,
grapple,
his movement currently is at basically everything is rough terrain to him now.
Okay, so that's all I can do. I'll end my turn
Okay,
and just
And that
squeeze a little
brings us
tighter.
to Eldon. You are looking over the pillar. You see Rain off in the distance, suddenly glowing extremely brightly, putting herself out, and Jean ripping the leg off of the creature in front of him. What would you like to do?
Good question. I think it may be better for me just to focus the guy down. I think
Sure.
the big boy.
Go ahead and make your attack.
Everyone has already got the other stuff covered anyway. So I guess I think I have it. Yeah, so I hid the last time, so I have advantage on the first attack. So, okay. With steel, I guess.
Okay. And that definitely hits, and you do get the sneak attack.
Just let me read something.
Are you going to use 2 more
That
attacks?
means
Or?
I couldn't move. Am I going to need to move in the next round or this round? I don't think so. So I'll bonus action steady aim, which again grants me advantage.
Okay.
On this next attack.
That definitely hits.
I need it. And then.
And at this point, you see him starting to teeter back and forth within Jean's hands, laughing and speaking in this language that none of you understand.
Oh, you're doing this to hurt me, aren't you?
And at this point, the third arrow comes out, hitting him right in his mouth. The laughter coming to a very instantaneous stop. And a response in the same language starts to come from down the hallway. Over here.
Shit.
Over where?
Behind you.
Eldon,
I don't. Yeah.
you are close enough to hear the rustling of mail and plate
Yeah, that's my main worry. I knew it.
starts to move away.
Away?
Top of the round, Rain. What would you like
Fuck,
to
we
do?
need to get the fuck out of here.
I'm not gonna
I am going to take out one of the hides and wrap the ball with it to
One of the
Okay.
treated hides? You're brilliant.
and haul ass where everyone is.
I'm gonna need you to make a Constitution saving throw,
Even with the
hide?
grass kites?
even with that hide.
Oh my god. Ah!
Oh my god.
Don't.
Oh my god!
Good.
Well, you get uncanny.
Uncanny.
No,
Oh my god!
that
So you
So-
take 99 points with the uncanny dodge.
The hide doesn't work, guys. I know.
She collapses.
99.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Are you unconscious?
Oh my god. Yeah.
that's
So-
an above average roll.
As you all start
Nice.
running, you see another flash of brilliant light as you notice Rain taking a bit of hide, trying to encircle this device. Rain, you lose the hide, and you are now unconscious.
Wait.
Oh my god.
You people are something
Six
else, I
remain.
swear to God.
That was a good idea, though.
Someone attune to it.
It was a good.
It takes like
doesn't
an
matter.
hour to attune.
I think if you started tuning, it's okay.
It was a very good idea, but this trait starts off with any creature. There are no exceptions to this.
Wait, what you
I
mean?
still think the Tarrasquide should have like halved it, and then her uncanny should have quartered it.
I don't even
Personally.
think that was enough.
With the amount of hide that she was using for it, it would have evaporated first.
I tried, Rain.
I appreciate it.
We need this thing.
I know.
How are you gonna
Alright.
get it?
What would you
I
like
can
to do?
levitate it.
What would I like to do? Okay. Buddy's dead, right?
Buddy's dead,
Buddy's dead.
and Rain is heading that direction.
Fuck.
Look, this-
I know. Okay, I know.
I have the most movement speed.
And
I
you
can
can
get
heal.
to it.
I'm gonna
and
look
I can
over.
heal.
I'm gonna be like, okay. I
I
need to
can
measure
also
this out.
heal.
Sorry. I should have been doing this. How? Okay. I'm gonna assume you can go like 60 or 90, something like that.
I can go 160 if
perfect.
I choose.
I can levitate it if we can put it in something and no one fucking touch it.
Grab it. Get Rain. We're going. Get over here, and then I'm going to.
How do we grab it? That's the question. How do we
It'll
grab
take
it?
me like I can levitate it if we can put it in something.
Can you just
We
levitate
have
it
some.
by itself?
Okay. What I'm doing is
So,
I'm gonna
one
run
thing- Is it
over
in a
here. Right. I'm running
let
over
it go.
here. I'm running over here. Yeah. I'm gonna go here. Sorry. Fuck. I'm panicking. Is that 60 feet? Okay. Sorry, I want to go here. And
Okay.
then I'm going to go ahead and say, well, we need to get that. We need to get Rain. We need to get out. That's clearly what we came here for. So I'm going to go ahead and open a portal.
Okay, so that'll take 1 minute to cast.
No, it's instant, I thought.
Oh, you're doing the instant one?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
doing the instant one.
Oh.
Oh
Nice.
shit.
And where is this portal leading?
It is going to go to. Where is it going to go to? Let me think. Sorry. Yeah, it's going to go kind of like between Lyshawn and the camp that we were at.
Okay.
Probably
How long
Dead
does-
Center.
How long does the portal stay open?
10 minutes.
Oh fuck.
Can you close it early?
Maybe we can dispel it.
Wait, you can't just close
Nope.
it?
Don't
It
think
is
so.
a tear in space-time.
Give me a better option.
Nope.
I've already done it too,
I don't have one. I don't have one.
And at this point, Aris, you open this portal. It's wide. And you notice that some of the air that's around you starts to go into it as well.
Oh, perfect.
Is it?
I'm stepping
helping
through.
dissipate?
It's gonna
Fuck
take a
you!
little while.
You're
but
the
you
one who
need
was
to.
so insistent on getting this thing.
Well, okay, well, I'm gonna... I don't know what you want me... I'm, like, looking through the other side of the portal. I'm like, what do you want? I'm still here. I can come back. Took 5
I can
foot
levitate
movement.
it, but I can't fucking move it. Are we out of like
Nihilus,
combat?
You would notice looking at it, it is already levitating.
The orb?
The orb itself is levitating.
So I just need to move it.
Just blow on it really hard, like.
I can do this.
Ooh, I need to check something with that actually.
Am
Could can I catapult something without touching it?
I believe it's a touch spell.
No, range within 60 feet.
Okay.
Choose one object weighing 1 to 5 pounds within range that isn't being worn or carried.
Assuming
The
it's
object
on
flies
this
into
side.
This is well over 5 pounds.
Damn it!
This is very much well over 5 pounds.
How well over? Because I can cast it at a.
Make an Arcana check.
Damn it!
Are we still in turnaround or what's going on?
It's technically my
It's
turn.
Nihilus's turn.
Oh, it's Nihilus's? Oh.
Okay.
Oh yeah, because you moved and did the thing.
Unless you had something else you were going to do, Aris.
I was just gonna take a potion, but...
Okay. Oh, you go ahead and take your potion. I will get to that, Nihilus, in just a moment. Because I'm going to need everybody to roll a Constitution saving throw.
No, I don't want to.
Including myself?
Including yourself.
I'm not comfortable with this roll, and I refuse.
Oh, did you go through the portal?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, then yeah.
What the fuck?
You do not.
Please?
I can see
That's
through.
right.
I can see you guys.
Unacceptable, you coward.
Oh my god.
Okay.
And Rain's unconscious currently.
Rain is currently unconscious.
Just-
Just
Everybody's
so
got
just so
her.
we're clear, right?
I
it-
no,
it
I
takes-
haven't had my
it-
turn.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So, Jean, you are the only one that saves.
Ooh.
15 is the DC. Eldon and Nihilus. You notice the quantity of creatures that start to appear before you. Those from your past are staying a bit longer. And you're starting to see multiple at once instead of just one off in the side. And they all start to raise their hands towards you, beckoning you to join them. Nihilus, you recognize the object. Not that particular one, but you've seen an object of this type made once before. In the middle of the mountains, a very powerful, but smaller, version of an object that floated a citadel.
Do I know any more than that? Because I don't remember.
You know that this is a mythalar. You are very aware that touching it is very bad, which is why it does not even touch the cradle that holds it. If you are attuned to it, as much as Kyrie was the one in the Citadel, you can mentally make it move itself and all the objects in its direct vicinity.
Okay, and attuning to objects, like I've got to stay near it, and how long does it take? Or
It
can
would
I
take an hour.
start and be away from it?
It would take an hour.
Could I start and be away from it?
I
You're so far away from it, though.
think you need
I
to
can
be
get there.
closer on this one. Once you are attuned to it, you can do it from further away, but getting attuned, you have to be nearby.
And I wouldn't be able to mentally move it until I was attuned.
Correct.
Fuck. And I don't think I'd be able to move it unless I was attuned to it.
In my investigation earlier, is it on a pedestal of some sort?
It's floating.
It's slightly floating over a pedestal, yes.
So there's a pedestal underneath it.
Yeah, but if it's floating, it's not attached or anyway like connected to the pedestal, so moving the pedestal won't.
DM, I got a question.
imagine.
I'll DM you it.
Okay.
I thought the same thing.
As far as being able to move it, you think it might be possible with other magics, but they will eat up the magic. So, for example, if you try to use Mage Hand to push it, you might be successful with that, but it would eat the Mage Hand by the end of the turn.
So I'd just have to keep recasting?
Yes.
So, like, I could push with Mage Hand and then use my
Well-
bracers to push it again?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna ask this in the open then, because how far can I move my big V sound in a turn? Is it only 30?
It
And
would.
if I was grabbing something, would it be 30?
Yes.
Okay.
Eldon, did the extra movement only last one turn?
It until my turn.
Okay, so it would have ended last round.
Yeah.
Yes.
The portal is where my token is, by the way.
Okay.
I'm not making saves yet.
The size of the portal.
It's a big portal.
Motherfucker, it'll be 5 feet away.
The Mage Hand itself can still move.
But my range is 30 feet and it'll be 35 feet away.
Ah, then yep, nope, can't do that.
Okay, I'm gonna use my action to dash.
Okay.
That's ballsy.
Oh fuck, was it here? I think it was there. Yeah, it was there. Fuck me. But I already used my action dash. What can I do? What can I do?
Does this thing have a fucking
Oh.
block?
Okay, I'm gonna try spiritual weapon. And can I try and push it with my stamp?
You could definitely try.
Because it's force damage, actually.
Yeah,
And I'm gonna push
definitely
it
try.
towards the portal.
Okay. It's a stationary object, so it has a very low DC, and that'll definitely hit.
Thanks for that gift.
So I am going to make it a foot per point of damage with that. So let me go ahead and place it on the map.
And I'm gonna call out Jean, get rain.
Still much not like, I'm trying.
I don't like that one. I'm gonna use this one instead.
A foot per point of damage.
Yep, so in this case it would go 7 feet, so I'll round up to 10.
Oh my god, this is gonna take forever.
If you
And
fail
the
too
spin
many
up
health,
We'll see.
is gone.
Okay.
You're probably gonna run out of spell slots before then.
I got cantrips, baby. I got cantrips.
But what about the whole, death link porting you come closer?
Oh, that's a big orb.
Oh.
Did it grow from eating my stamp?
No, that was the entire orange is the orb.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Yeah, no, just the orange is part of the map, so I can't move that. All right, and that brings us. I'm assuming you're complete with your turn,
That's all I can do.
Jean. What would you like to do?
I got 80 flying speed. I'm gonna chuck this boy over to here, just so he doesn't fall into the pool.
Sure.
Good call.
And then I'm gonna fly over here. Bonus action, revert to myself.
Oh, I would have grabbed her and flew.
80 feet is the highest I can. I'm pretty sure grabbing her is an action, isn't it?
Oh yeah, and you already threw the body.
Well, I didn't mean like throwing the body as my action.
You
It's
kicked it.
I got
like-
you. I got
Just,
you.
I was already grappled it, so
You
I
let him
would-
topple on his single leg.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
fuck
before
that
I-
guy.
Before I transform, it would technically, if I wanted to pick her up, I would have to use my action or.
Yeah, it would essentially be like a grapple, but she wouldn't
Okay.
be able to say no to it.
Okay, so then I would not have been able to dash anyways.
Is she making death
Yeah, I
saves?
was want to message you something.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean,
And then,
I can heal her from here, just so
Well,
you know.
well, too late. I'm already here.
It's
As
true.
so I
Everyone
have my,
forgets that I can do that.
well,
It's true.
I have an infinite range heal, by the way.
so
Just so you know.
I have my aura back, and then I am gonna cast aid.
What the shit is aid?
So 30 feet, so it's gonna target me, Rain, and Nihilus. And I'm gonna do it at 3rd level.
Okay.
So everybody gets 10 temporary hit points, and their max HP is increased by 10. And that should bring up Rain.
Yep. Well, actually, temporary hit points cannot res somebody, I don't believe.
Well, it
After
raises,
raising your
it
max hit
raises
points,
their max
does that
HP.
heal by that amount?
Well, that's.
I don't know if it does.
Well, I talked to you a couple weeks ago, and you said that. it
Yeah, let
could.
me take a look at that really quick.
I would think that it does, but I'm not sure.
And then-
It'll depend on the wording of the spell, and I do remember having that conversation, so I might. Okay, yeah, because it does explicitly say current hit points. Yep, so yep, that's perfectly fine.
Okay. So, Rain, you heal 10 hit points, and your max HP is increased by 10, and you have
Nice.
10 temporary hit points. Same with you, Nihilus.
I have 10 temporary.
And
Well,
your
I'm sorry, I
max-
was not listening.
So, your max HP is increased by 10, and you have 10 temporary hit points.
Is it permanent?
Uh,
Max HP
it
or-
no, it only lasts an hour, so. Oh no, 8 hours. It lasts 8 hours. So,
Okay.
for the next 8 hours, your max HP is increased by 10, but temporary hit points, once it's gone, it's gone.
Ah.
But you should be back up now with 10 HP.
What happened, guys?
Get out! We gotta go!
Oh, I'm a lug.
And you look
Towards
up
them.
and see the orb literally floating about 5 feet away from you.
I kind of just
Watch out!
stammer out of it.
Does she stumble and fall and accidentally touch the orb again?
No.
Make a deck. No, I'm kidding.
Well, actually, since I'm proficient for it, it's better than a con save that I keep failing over and over again.
Yeah, fuck con saves are garbage.
You.
That's it. I bonus action to transform and action to heal. So, and I used up all. Would my whole movement be consumed from my flying form?
Yeah, because you use that doing that.
Okay. So yeah, I have no more movement then.
2d8, 48. It's average
So
of
my turn, so.
Fuck.
32.
All right, and Eldon, what would you like to do? You see Rain now standing up, the orb floating by, a giant portal that Aris just went through.
So, this portal, you can see through it, and you can pass through it with only a minimal amount of movement. Is that right?
Correct?
So technically, I could go through the portal and still see everything that's happening in the room, and if I chose to come back, I could do that with minimal movement, just to double check.
Correct.
Okay,
Yep. It is a two-way gate.
excellent. And it lasts 10 minutes.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
that's the bad part.
Whether you want it to or not.
You might be able to dispel it.
Is it helping
Maybe.
disperse the energy, or do we just feel like we're leaking this toxic shit out into the world?
Well, it is dispersing some of it out, but it is very quickly being replenished. Far faster.
So, I will move my first 40 feet. I will shoot all three of the others. So, Nihilus, Jean, and Rain with the natural arrow.
Okay.
They're moving by 10 feet until my next turn. I will then use a bonus action to dash through the portal.
Okay.
Uh,
And to make this easier, I am going to make Aris part
a
of-
portal.
Nice. Arrow's big.
Aris, pick a color.
Another question, actually.
Blue.
Sure.
Of course. But okay, so another question then. Can I fire projectiles through the portal?
It'll be a. I mean, technically it's a wormhole, so yeah. Yeah, you would be able to fire through. But that would mean that enemies can do so in the future as well.
Oh, so would they be able to do that anyway, regardless of what I choose to do now?
Yeah, I'm
Or is
kind of
this
liking
deciding
it.
the ruling?
Oh.
This makes it a lot more interesting, I think, being able to fire projectiles through it. As long as it's the tiny nonsense portal.
Yep, nope, yeah, you can fire through it.
So I just like a wormhole that just teleports or transports through time and space or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I like this. So I'll be through that portal then. I'll be watching, guys. Don't worry. I believe in you all. You'll be alright.
All right. And at this point, you hear the clanking coming down the hallway, getting further and further away as the energy from the center region starts to cause the entire area to rumble.
Oh, it's collapsing. Okay.
Rain, what would you like to do?
I will chug another greater potion.
Okay, chug away.
Nice.
Um,
And I will slowly, well, not slowly, I will run to the portal.
Okay.
You're gonna be outside my aura whenever the layer action happens.
She needs to go.
I know.
Well, actually, since actually, can I? Wait, no, that's a bonus action.
You could delay your initiative. That is an option as well. So you go after Jean.
Just fucking
I'm-
run.
Or you could just run.
It's It's 60 to run though, right? No.
If you move now, it would be 60. If you do it with the held initiative, you're using a reaction, which is only 30.
Oh, wait. No.
When you hold your turn, you are only holding your action.
Yeah.
Mm,
It's not
Oh.
so much as delaying. It's, yeah.
oh,
You're
okay.
essentially using your reaction to use your action later.
Okay, I'm gonna do that then. I'll
Which
do
one?
That. The last one. where
The
I'm
waiting?
holding it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need Nihilus, Jean, and Rain to all roll a Constitution saving throw.
Well,
As the air fills more and more, Jean, you are safe.
Fuck
Oh
me!
my, Nihilus, you need to get out of here.
Nihilus,
Hey.
the ghosts or apparitions or whatever they might be are no longer disappearing. They are all staring at you with arms reaching out.
It's a bit spooky, isn't it?
And a single one. The face of your father walks out of the crowd, reaching his hand towards you. You feel an immediate sense of comfort seeing his face, but a part of your brain in the back also senses immediate danger should he touch you.
I just thought it was terrifying.
Are we trying to get this fucking orb because no one is helping me?
I haven't had my fucking turn.
I can't help you. I don't have any fucking magic.
Alright, Nihilus, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
It's
It's
my
Aris'
turn.
turn.
It's my turn. I'm
Oh,
not
is it?
dead.
Oh yeah, you're not on the turn order anymore. Yep. Aris.
Okay, so what I would like to do is I would like to step out into the room, and then what I will like to do is I'm going to, what am I gonna do? Sorry, I need to find the spell. Fuck. I'm going to cast Bigby's Hand. Opposite the orb for me.
Alright. And how much can Bigby's hand move?
I don't know. Cast range, it's like 125.
It's movement range within a turn.
Probably 30, isn't it?
Probably
I'm
30.
just saying if we're doing it,
It might
that
be
way, my
60.
stamp could move 20.
It's 60. It's 60. It's 60.
Okay. Well, the reason why, well,
I know. It can. The hand can actually grapple and stuff. I
yeah,
know. I know.
that's how I was perceiving it with that one.
Okay.
Alright, so as the orb flies forward, you see the hand breaking apart as fingers.
I've got a question.
Sure.
Does it though? Because it's got health.
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's magic.
Not to mention, could it survive?
How much health does it have?
That?
No, I would. It can't make a save, but I don't think it can make a save. I don't know. It's got some stats, so
Does it have...
it's got the same
Does
hit
it have
points I do, so it can live through 154.
Does it have Constitution?
If it has Constitution, you are welcome to roll a con save.
That's the question, right? Because like it's got it specifies that it has strength and it has HP and it has an AC and it has
Then
dex.
no.
Yeah, then no, it doesn't
Then
have
no.
Constitution.
Damn.
Good thought, though. So at this point, the hand dissipates as it crackles apart from the radiant energy, but getting much closer to the portal.
If we can get this over there, that would be great. But if we can't, then you know.
Right? Are you staying in the room or are you moving back?
So actually,
I will stay in the room.
here's the thing.
No, get out.
Does the description for
Let me
the
think here, sorry.
damage of the orb specify creatures? Or creatures and objects?
Pretty much anything that touches the globe.
Anything?
It didn't
Okay.
even touch the pedestal. Like, it floats. It doesn't even touch the earth.
Yeah. Just a thought.
Something that some of you would be aware of. This is a type of magic that is not possible without Mistra's okay.
I know that.
So I got a question. Would
Not
you let
because I
me?
Googled it.
Would you let me use a bonus action to like perceive anything about this, about like the room around me?
It will be less descriptive, but sure.
Unless I roll like God tier, but I guess that's fine. I want to use my bonus action on something. So, perception you want or investigation?
Go ahead. This would be perception, because
Okay.
you're just kind of looking about instead of something specific. So, you've trained enough with magic to know that this room is filling with necrotic energy. But you can also tell that there's a lot of undead here.
Any
souls.
particular direction?
All of it.
Okay.
Everywhere.
Yeah, I'll step back out then.
Hey, Nihilus.
Hmm.
I don't think I can tell you. It would probably be metagame.
Okay. Well, what would you like to do?
As
Dean?
sorry, by the way, as I'm stepping back out, I call,
Oh,
hey, you guys need to get your asses over here. I can move that thing one more time with my
So
biggest
Nihilus.
hand.
What would you like to do with your turn now?
I would like to scream out, guy was probably a lich, altar area, soul container maybe, and haul ass.
Okay.
As I'm hauling ass, I want to do another spiritual weapon.
Okay. Go ahead and make the attack.
And the movement's going to be based on damage.
Yep.
I'm going to do it at a higher level.
Yeah, because this one you're just knocking it. You're not actually grabbing it and moving it.
It says 10 minutes. Oh. Okay, I'll do it after. When it's my turn.
Well, didn't you hold your turn to move, correct?
You
yeah.
did.
Remember,
Are you
all have
fucking
plus
kidding
10
me?
feet.
I mean, it's still 10
It's
feet.
10 feet.
Bullshit.
Where does 10 feet take this thing? It's good. It's good. We're
I
fine.
already measured out. I'm going to use my action to dash.
Okay, you're good.
So I'll be just. Oh, I'm under Aris. I'll be just outside.
Yep.
But so I can see.
As you weave your way between the apparitions that are staring at you, you swear you see a smile on some of their faces as you go out the portal.
Good smile or creepy smile? Can I insight?
Insight check. A good smile, as there would have been regrets otherwise.
Oh my god!
What? What did you just figure out?
Queen, it is
What
your
did you
turn.
just figure out?
What would
Oh.
you like to do?
Now, since
I'm
she's
messaging
holding
you.
her turn, she can only move 30 feet, right?
Correct.
So I would just,
40
as I'm
feet.
walking, I'll match her 40 feet.
You can also pull
What?
to use your half of
Plus.
your movement.
Well, if she's holding her turn, she can move 40 feet, right? Since she's holding her movement.
She always has plus 10. You all have plus 10.
Well, 40 is my movement.
So you have 50.
No, 30 is my base, 40
Oh.
is width.
Yeah, and range is 40 base. I think, right?
My movement? No, it's only 30.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So I don't want to use my
But,
actual
well, it's
dash.
30, but he gave you the arrow, which makes it go up to 40, right?
Yeah, I thought she had
Ah, okay.
40K.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, since she's holding
So-
her turn to go with me, we both move 40 feet, correct?
How?
Since that's what her held turn
Yeah.
is. Right, Tails?
Because you don't get bonus action reactions, you only get the one move.
Correct. She only gets the one
Don't-
action of move.
Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me.
Well, no, I want to
And-
try something. So,
Oh my god.
I wouldn't make it with 60 feet anyways, guys. I'd still be in here. So,
But your
I-
movement speed is increased by
You have
10 right
range,
now, and you can use your action to dash because it's your turn.
Yeah, you didn't hold your turn.
So you can get out this turn.
I would do
Yeah,
it.
don't worry about me.
but Rain wouldn't be able to. She'll still take one
No, no,
layer
no.
action, correct?
I have something. I have something.
She's
She
saying
can
she's
teleport.
fine.
Doesn't the layer action happen before her turn or after?
It happens
I
after.
have.
Happens at 20 for reference heals.
Yeah, it happens after her turn. So she's an action and her whole turn.
Yeah,
Beyond what she's about to do right now.
Mhm.
yeah. She's got a lot of stuff
Okay.
before that happens.
Because the
Right.
trigger for her held action was you moving.
Okay, so I guess I'll full bonus action dash.
Okay. Rain,
Yeah.
you may now use your action. Well, you are moving the 30
Oh
or
my
40
god, the
feet.
music just.
I'm going to use the scroll of Longstrider.
I made those!
Okay.
Does that?
Just saw
count as
that.
an action?
That does require an action.
She saved her action.
Yeah,
Okay,
isn't it?
so that'll get you out in the next turn.
So
Pretty
in
much.
your next turn, you would be able to benefit from it.
What you? So I
You can
can't
do that
really.
anyway.
So you
dash?
use your action right now in order to.
I can
This
dash,
is your
right?
held action,
Yeah.
so you use it to cast the spell on yourself. So you can actually do the movement next turn because right now you only have an action. You don't have a bonus action or movement.
I don't have
Just so you-
movement right now.
Nope, because you would have either the movement or the scroll.
Wait, but
You
I
can
can
get-
still move after, because it's my turn, right?
It's not your turn yet. You only have
Oh.
the held action right now.
I see. Okay. Also, can I am going to change my skin to the fast, the swift one.
Well, that would be a bonus action, and you don't have that right now.
Also,
Oh, okay. Never mind.
your next turn, you can just dash out of the portal with your
Right,
speed.
pretty
and
much,
just
yeah.
bonus
Yes,
speed, yeah.
yes, you can.
Mhm.
Literally, you can.
Yeah, so if
but
you want to
I
just
think
start
it's
moving
fair.
over there, you can do that. Just maybe make sure
Ah.
you're not in the pathway of certain things.
Yeah. How? So only 40, right, for that one?
Rain,
Correct.
it's literally your turn. You can movement and then dash and be outside the portal.
Well, after she does whatever action she's gonna do now, it'll be her turn
Yep,
right
so
away.
what's your action right now?
Oh, yeah. I'm just gonna do the scroll.
Okay, so
don't
you
need
now
that.
have long stride. Alright,
It's fine. I can
well
make them
done.
like.
What would you like to do?
Sorry,
Well, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
is it? Or
Mhm.
so she only delays till after Jean.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, her delayed
Ah.
action was to wait for Jean to move. So that was the trigger. Her action has happened, so now it's your turn.
I'm pointing at the altar looking thing.
What am I gonna do with that?
She said there was like
can
a fucking
I can try.
glitch
So-
reliquary thing.
Maybe?
Maybe.
Yeah, I can try, I guess. I'll give Rain another metal arrow to increase her movement speed. Not
Okay.
that it matters. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't need
Just
to.
in
if you
case,
use
I
the scroll.
may do it.
You might do. Okay, I'll do it anyway,
I
just in
might.
case you do some dumb shit. And I
I'm
was
so
Closer.
nervous.
Can I see the altar over like the rubble of this pillar and things?
Well, I believe she was pointing towards this one.
Oh, this one. Okay. So when you said altar or pedestal, I wasn't sure. So this here,
Yeah.
can I see that?
Yes.
the portal. Okay. And I'll do I have any special arrows left? Actually, I do. Did I use the Dragon Breath one?
Yes,
don't
you did it
remember.
at the very beginning.
Did I?
Yeah,
you
did.
did it in response
Yeah.
to the breath weapon.
Yeah.
Did I actually use it though?
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
I considered using it.
Did he?
And I didn't use it because I wanted to hit both pillars and him, and then someone destroyed the pillar, so I decided not to use it. I think that's who it went.
Oh, Jean got right next to the
'cause
guy,
yeah.
Yeah.
and you didn't.
yeah.
Okay.
Because the
I
cone
do
was too big.
swap. Yeah, I'm trying to remember 3 weeks ago. But I think.
Yeah, because
I
it was a
decided not to use it.
consideration, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I
But does-
don't remember honestly. So if everybody else feels that it didn't, I'm perfectly fine with letting it. Do
I
that.
don't.
the question, DM, is the cone still on the DM layer? That big ass fucking cone.
Yep.
Yeah, then he didn't use it.
The
That's what it
question
was.
is, does 68 do more? 68 cold. Does that do more damage than I could do with 2 attacks?
I don't know.
So I would deal 1d8 plus 9 with each attack. So that'd be basically 4d8. Not including crits. But can you crit a structure? That I do not know. I imagine you can. I
Yes,
think
it
it'd be
is possible to
better.
crit structures.
So if it is a lich thing, I assume it'll have resistance to cold, so it will be better to do 2 attacks in that case and hope for crits. So I'll do that.
Okay, go ahead and make your
Another
attack.
time the cone comes out and is not used, feels bad.
So as you attack the object, it's a little sturdier than you would have expected for what seems to be a very inconspicuous but highly decorated base. It takes the full brunt of the damage, but it is
That-
not destroyed yet.
Do anything.
Oh my god.
Is that extra effective or just ineffective, or how is that wholly feeling?
No, it seems to just be effective, but it does hit.
Okay. It's fair. Yeah. Okay. That is.
It was measuring that? I was.
Yeah, sorry. So you should be able to get it with big bees.
Yeah, I can get it this turn.
We all need to dodge it.
I'm
Alright.
assuming people are like away from the fucking portal because we
I
know
used
what's
all-
going to come through,
I
right?
used
So
all
we
my
like
movement
to-
just to get to the portal.
Oh
We
well.
can literally see it.
So I'll be
Just
hit,
drop
but
to the ground.
I have a lot of HP, so if I fail a dex save, I should be fine.
It's his con save.
It's a
Con
con
save.
save. There's all 200 damage or more.
Well, my
but-
con is plus 10, so.
Before we get to that, though, Eldon, are you finished with your turn?
Yeah, I don't have any bonus actions I really want to do.
Okay.
I'll just step away from the portal a little bit so the orb doesn't clap me in the face.
All right, excellent. And at this point, the place is starting to rumble a bit more. And Rain, with your 50 feet of movement, what would you like to do?
How far are we from Lishan, like feet wise?
We're like a half-hour walk.
Yeah, you're not going to get there in this turn.
You're a bit more than 10 feet. Yeah, a bit more.
Can
than
I
10 feet.
get there in 2 turns?
No, you would
Ah, God
You,
damn.
you
have to take a while to get to
if,
Leshon.
if you
Why are you trying to literally run and leave us?
Just get through the
I
portal.
don't understand. I'm so confused.
I might have
I don't
someone with a
either.
container.
No, it's fine.
It's fine. This thing's
Just hit
this thing
through
is
and somebody
literally
can attune
open.
to it. We just need
Yeah,
time.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just go.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah.
with your 150 feet of movement,
Zoom.
you are successfully able to get through the portal and out of the way, which leaves us with Aris's turn.
Okay.
We all know it's coming. It would not be standing directly in front of this portal.
I'm gonna cast Bigby's Hand and push it through.
Alright.
I will call out and say, If that is what we think it is, that thing needs to break. We've got 9.5-ish minutes on this portal. So we need to break that, get this through, and then try to get rid of this. And then I will
Yeah,
cast
listen to that.
Baby's hand at 5th level, because that's what
Since-
I do.
Since I didn't do any action, can I hold that?
Can you what?
Hold the action since I didn't do anything.
Well,
Just
you're
grab.
running through took at least
It was like
your
75
action bonus
feet.
action,
Yeah.
so you wouldn't be able to hold an action after using those.
Ah, okay.
Well, technically, it would use her movement and bonus action.
Well, that's what I mean. Because she used the movement and bonus
Yeah.
action,
Okay.
you can't then hold
Can't
your
hold
action
then hold.
forwards.
I thought it uses the reaction to hold the action.
Oh my gosh.
It's okay. It's okay. Sorry. I pushed the orb 30 feet. I'm out of the way.
So as the orb goes through, a few things start to happen.
Yes.
The first of which, you notice that all the souls start to rush out a little bit faster. And it's a bit off-putting as you notice bits and pieces start to fall away of this ruin, almost as if there was nothing underneath of it. Large chunks of rubble falling, and then suddenly splashing in a massive pool of underground lava. As the rubble falls away, the souls leaving this pool, until the pool itself falls down as well.
Can I get a shot off on that vessel before it falls?
Well, normally you might, but you might take pause as you hear a massive roar as a creature that was held aloft also starts to tumble along with these ruins.
Great.
It falls into the lava down below, starts to shake itself off as you all look down from this portal and see it start to dig into the ground deep below, disappearing on its merry way.
Well,
Look what you guys did.
The entirety of the ruin has fallen into the lava below. You have a pretty strong feeling that the phylactery's probably not going to survive that.
Okay, cool. So, the Tesseract just seemed like he was going further in the earth to take a nap, right? Like, not coming out.
That's correct.
You don't know.
Or the thing, sorry. The orb, the orb saying anything about the Tesseract.
Yep, the creature's definitely doing
Awake.
something, but you don't know what.
We need to stop almost ending the world.
Maybe we should stop gathering these objects then.
Well, we're gonna get in so much trouble.
Can we close this?
Are you going to try?
I will cast. The phylactery's gone, right? Like,
The phylactery is gone.
okay. I will cast Dispel Magic at 3rd level.
Okay. So go ahead and roll.
I'm doing this on the portal. The 5 roll like shit.
Not quite strong enough.
I will roll again.
Still not quite strong enough.
That's all I got.
I guess we have to wait here until the portal closes by itself.
I can try.
To be
And
fair,
as they're attempting to counterspell this portal over and over, those of you that are just waiting for the magic casters to do their thing, you watch as parts of the ruin go deeper into the lava below. And you see the massive cavern that once held the Tarask and held the ruins. And Jean, you notice that the entirety of the walls around it seem to be made of living stone, making you wonder for how long have they been pulling away at this creature's skin to build that much of it. But before you're able to think too long on that, the portal itself closes, almost as if you were never there.
hey, this Tarasco is this one, okay?
I mean, I think so, but I don't know if he'll see it like that.
Yeah.
Hopefully he just goes to sleep somewhere forever.
Yeah, let's hope it doesn't destroy another part of the world.
Oh, it will, but
Hopefully not in our lifetime.
It just released 2 world-ending apocalypses.
hey, you know what that sounds like to me? A campaign
Okay.
2 issue.
Okay, I'm gonna sit down,
Or this one, I don't know.
take off my bracers just for now, and start attuning to the orb.
Okay. And as Nihilus starts to attune to the orb, all of you feel the pull to do the same.
Okay, I will. Sure.
Sure.
All right. And as you all sit in the middle of nowhere, attuning to this orb, you can all add that object to your inventory
As an attunement.
as an attunement.
Well,
It is
if
an
you're
attuned
all
object.
gonna do it, I'm gonna keep my bracers.
I think it's meant that we all do it, right?
You don't have to,
No,
but you do feel the capability and an allure to it.
I would have
Oh.
unattuned my staff, by the way.
I would have not attuned to it.
What does it do?
Yeah.
You have to
50
attune to
feet
it.
in diameter.
What's the item? Hang on.
I
Manage
choose item
inventory.
first.
This one.
My God.
Holy
that's
fuck.
not essay. Okay.
Yeah, the mirror.
Do we
How are
all
you
feel
even
like
supposed
we
to
were
carry
attuned
this?
to it? Does it-
Who chose not to attune to it?
I would have started first, so I still would have attuned to it.
Because Gene said he wouldn't. Does anybody else?
I will attend to it.
Okay. So once the first
Yo.
person finishes their attunement, and Nihilus, you being the one that started it, would be that individual, the orb starts to return to its original size. As the original attunee is no longer amongst the living.
Oh, it's fucking massive.
Can I choose to make it smaller?
You can absolutely try.
Can any of us choose to make it smaller?
Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Oh,
I'm gonna
also,
guidance that.
by the way, I take out the robe that we got earlier, and anyone wanna take a look at what this is?
Is it the robe that I'm wearing? Is it the one I already took from you?
She grabbed
It's
another
something
one.
else.
Oh, not right now.
I also would need you to roll a persuasion check.
Both of us?
I'm gonna guidance that too.
I'm sort of trying to read what this
Excellent.
shit
10.
So, Aris
What if I
and
call it?
Nihilus,
What if I call it a good little orb?
Aris and Nihilus, you both start to think about condensing it, and magically you know you can. But then you start feeling another presence from within the orb.
Oh no.
And it seems very relaxed, being let loose for a little while. It's not saying anything, but you can get the emotions out of it directly through your attunement.
I
As
don't like
you
this.
try to convince it to get smaller, it kind of just scoffs at Aris, but eventually agrees to get a little bit smaller for Nihilus.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, good little orb.
What?
Good lord.
I'll call out to it, I guess. What are you?
Oh, Orby Warby.
Can I speak in that like arcane language?
If you want to use that, sure.
If I can, yeah.
So go ahead and give me a history check. This is how well you remember your vocabulary.
This is at advantage.
All right. So as you start trying to converse with it in that magical language, the orb actually gets happier. Hearing
Ooh.
something it hasn't heard in a long time.
Oh.
And you
Turn
see
orb, be
images
happy.
of a very familiar city that you saw deep underground. And you also see a very familiar entity that you met deep underground that was working at a magic shop that made this and countless other similar orbs just to keep things afloat.
Aw.
That's Mistral, right?
Yeah. I think my amulet symbol to it.
And with that, it also becomes quite happy to see that symbol, which it has not seen in a very long time. You get a bit of a feeling of almost mourning as it misses its original master.
She's still here in another.
And it gives you a small bit of confirmation. It's almost as if you're speaking with a dog or something of that sort. It has enough intelligence to understand you. Not very conversational.
I got a question. When the souls left, did they just disperse?
Make a religion check.
I would like to make one as well, because my father wasn't there.
Okay.
Fuck me, man. What are these fucking rules today?
They did start to disperse.
And they got shredded.
And when it finally fell into the lava and the actual device was fully destroyed, the sheer quantity of souls that must have been in there were just mind-boggling.
And it was from since the portals, at least.
Guys,
Before.
I have a theory.
Tell us.
Those were souls. Those were a mass amounts of souls. You said you saw your father, right?
Yes.
I have a fear that anyone that dies, the Lich takes. Or was
Well,
taking.
It can't be everybody.
Vicinity to portals, maybe?
Who knows how many more he has out here? That was siphoning souls.
Well, he said one was cut off, right? Our lich friend. By the way, I relayed that if no one heard it, but I think it's been a while, but
I'm gonna send in Rumark and let him know where we're at and ask him to meet us.
was it Rumok that was flying it? I can't fucking remember.
Rumark's the one of the guys from.
I know, but
Yes,
was he
it
the
was
one that was flying it?
Yeah, he's our
Oh, okay,
pilot.
Okay. I couldn't remember.
Rakif is from Closa.
I was thinking of
Always
the other
interchange
one.
them.
Yeah, I'll be right there.
Urgent. I add urgent on the end of my message.
DC 20. You literally had to fucking roll a nat 20, Calic.
Yeah. Oh, and I actually can take back the roll if I want to. I forgot about that.
Well, she needed
It
to roll, I
wouldn't have
believe, a
mattered.
19. She needed to roll a 19 or 20.
Yeah. No, what I meant is the slot. I can decide to not use it or not.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Well, it takes some time, but a bit later, Rumak does appear with the ship in hand.
Hey, do you
And
like our
we-
ball?
That's different.
There might be a problem. We'll talk.
Don't touch it. Don't touch it. But yeah, we should tell you what happened when we moved it.
Even before we moved it, there was a lot down there. I guess, like, by the way, while we're waiting for Rumok, if it's gonna take a bit, I would have identified some shit, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah, the shield and this armor as well.
Okay. So the shield that you guys go through, you find to be a spell guard shield.
Is it an official item?
Sorry, yeah, they're official items. All three of them are.
I fucking knew it because it has the symbol of abjuration on it.
The next one that you find is an Afridi chain. And then the final object, as you are identifying it, you see a collection of eyes open all along the robe. And they all stare at you.
Me?
But you finish the cast, and you have identified a robe of eyes.
That's horrifying.
Robe of eyes. Let's see.
What is that?
Hang on. You can. That is fucking bruh. The robe lets you see in all directions, and you have advantage on wisdom perception checks that you rely on sight. You have dark vision up to 120 feet. You can see invisible creatures and objects. As well, you can see into the ethereal sea out to a range the ethereal plane out to a range of 120 feet. The eyes of the robe can't be closed or averted. Although you can close or avert your own eyes, you are never considered
be doing so
to
while
be
wearing
doing
this
so.
robe.
So you're always staring. You're always
That's
looking.
so creepy.
Cool.
A light spell cast on the robe, cast daylight, causes you to be blinded for 1 minute.
Oh my god.
So daylight or light within 5 feet, you're blind for a minute. At the end of your turn, you make at the end of the turn you make a con save throw. DC 11 for light, 15 for sunlight or daylight. Ending the blindness on a success.
That's terrifying.
Interesting. I can't find the chain. Oh, is it just +3 to your AC and immune to fire? And you can speak primordial.
And I believe you can.
And you can walk on lava.
Really?
Yeah.
It is heavy.
Holy
it's chain armor,
fuck.
Very useful when you're trying to build
Heavy
something
what?
over lava.
True.
Okay, so we got a robe of eyes, we got a spell guard shield, and a 3D chain.
Jean should get the shield.
I agree.
Jean, do you use shields?
Yeah, I have a shield.
Okay.
I'll take the shield.
Put a sticker of your god on it or something like that. Bahamut was here.
Okay, so when Rumok gets here, so like I sending him and I let everybody know. When Rumok gets here, I think we should tell him absolutely everything. Let him attune to this orb so it can be used for the ship because I want to put my bracers back on.
And what's gonna be done about the armor and such? Were you just holding on that until?
Oh, I got my robes that I wanted.
I can't wear a chain.
Is it heavy or medium? I think it's heavy armor, isn't it?
It's chainmail, so it does require the strength of 13. So I think it falls under medium.
How useful is this thing to us?
Which, the robe?
No, the fucking orb.
Aren't you guys just gonna cast it into the ship?
Well,
I'll be right back.
I'd rather not, but
We just unleashed a Tarask. And the whole purpose was finding an item to put into the ship, and we're not gonna do it?
Okay, we didn't know that moving the orb would do that.
Well, unfortunately, it happened now. Aren't we gonna
Tails, I don't like
question-
how long you're typing.
Are we gonna question a little bit of what Kari has sent us? That's 2 objects protected by world-ending stuff that we've unleashed.
To be fair, she thought Astron was dead.
And
to be
she
fair,
couldn't
we
tell
chose
us
to go
about-
with this.
And she couldn't tell us that there was a Tarask. Didn't she place this here?
No,
No?
she just knew about it.
She's been gone.
But she's a god. She's been here for a long time. She should have known there was a Tarask
She's only
here.
been back like 60 years.
She probably knew about it.
How would she know? Unless Friend told her. How would she know? Friend knew.
Yeah, friend knew.
Who else failed? Who else failed like as many times as me? Was I the only one who failed that much?
You're the only one that failed 3 times. A few people
failed
failed
twice?
I think it was like Eldon and Rain, I think.
I
or
reach out to
Eldon
Eldon and
Jean.
I cast Remove Curse.
As you cast the spell on Eldon, it seems that whatever was on you was not able to take hold on him as well as it did then.
The Afridi chain is heavy armor.
Are you gonna say what's going on here and you're just panicking? I don't know.
I cast Remove Curse on myself just because we attuned to a few new things. And I felt something snap and I saw my dad and he disappeared. So I think some of that energy had gotten stuck to me.
Yeah.
I cast it because multiple people can attune to this orb. So I just wanted to make sure nothing was hinky. And then Calic attuned to this too, right?
Rain.
She did.
Yeah, sorry. Rain. Do I think it was from the orb or do I think it was from the energy in the room?
You get a very distinct feeling that it was from the energy in the room, that if you had failed one more time, you probably would have lost your soul.
Cool. Cool.
Can I? Well, I guess we'll wait for Remock, and then I
Yeah,
kind of
when
want to
Remock
make a
gets here.
case for keeping this.
Well, I think we should
Around.
keep it for the ship. I just want to.
I don't think we should burn its energy for the ship, though.
What else are we gonna use it for?
It might come. Something like this is bound to come in handy.
It's massive. How are we gonna?
Hey, Orby,
can't
I'm
break it.
talking to the orb in the magic language. Can you shrink a bit, please?
Make another persuasion check. Given that it was happy to hear the language, I will make it an advantage.
I guidance him. D4.
D4.
18's not bad. It agrees to shrink down a bit.
I will take that action.
Yeah. Good orb. Do you have a name?
It seems confused.
No, it doesn't have a name. Okay. Don't pat it. Don't pat it.
Well, she's
I mentally pat it.
You know what I'll do? I'll cast Mage Hand and pat it.
Okay. And as the mage hand starts to pat it, you see its fingers fry away until the entire hand is gone.
It's okay. I'll snap Kara out. And I'll just start feeding her some birdseed. I don't know.
Can
Look
we
for
tell
Remock.
it? Can we tell who else is attuned to the orb?
Currently, just the three of you.
You
And we
can
know
tell
that for
though?
sure.
You know that for sure.
Okay.
Okay.
So not the Lich. He can't like move it on us.
Because he's
Not-
dead.
Well, we killed one of them.
Oh yeah, that one. We saw
Like- The one-leg wonder. I'm pretty sure that was his soul container.
the where this orb was, right? We saw the Death Knights come out of that area, right?
You did.
Do you think that
Was I
ended
able
up
to get
finding
a peek at the altar that it came off of, if it was like a teleportation gate or...
Okay. Give me a history check.
Okay. That's an
Okay.
advantage. It doesn't matter. I rolled a fucking 15 with
It's-
plus 10.
It was not from where the orb was.
Okay.
It was on that southern side. You're guessing that maybe they came from the pool in the center.
Oh.
Like maybe it's a conduit of sorts that you have closed one hole of after breaking the seal on it.
I'm pretty sure, by the way, if we didn't take this, it would have been a lot worse. Sure, Trask is bad, but I'm pretty sure that would have been a lot worse if we didn't take this. By the way, thank you for helping me, Nihilus. I was very sure I was dead.
You're welcome. I'm glad you're not dead. We're down to 1 diamond, by the way.
By the way,
Back
if
to
that
the
situation comes up again where we have to get out, I cannot get us out anymore. Speaking of which, I'm gonna use 10 shards. and make
Alright.
myself 32 instead of 42.
All right.
And just let us know when Rumok gets here.
Yeah, which is a very interesting thing as you watch him kind of internally thinking and using these shards, and you guys all watch him as he de-ages. His skin gets a bit tighter, his hair goes back to its color it was before, and his horns get a little bit smaller, back to where it was that you remember him by. But Rumok does show up. Seeing the orb now in a much smaller state, he's a little less surprised, but still, takes him a moment, but he recognizes what it is after some time. Oh, you guys had quite a bit of fun in there.
Yeah, friend could have told us a lot more than he did.
Not his style.
Yeah, but you know,
I'd say that him and secrets go hand in hand.
Yeah,
My
but considering
question-
the magnitude,
To him, this probably isn't that big of a deal.
which
a
part?
Tarask is not a big deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
I pout.
Hey, since he's not here and I can't ask, is he an Arclich?
One thing that I've learned working with Fred is he is a excellent soldier. Scary as fuck. And someone that doesn't like their secrets shared.
Gotcha.
If I had to choose anyone that was scary beyond Kyrie, it's probably him.
I would agree with that statement, actually.
Won't go poking then.
I've poked.
What are we doing with this? It's... Ooh.
Well, let's
Don't
tell
touch
you
it.
the story for. Oh, yeah, don't touch it.
Well, yeah, mystical object, untold power. Who would touch it?
No one? I look over at Rain.
I'm a whistle innocently.
Ah.
So, I do have a question. How much of a concern is a Tarask at this current point in time?
A possibly wounded one who could be going to rest for a very long time to heal.
Or one angry that's been held in captivity for a long time.
I'm gonna assume none of this is hypothetical.
That's a very good assumption.
Fuck. Alright. Oh, when will you be back?
But good came out of this. The Tarask is the one bad thing, but a lot of good came out, and I tell him the whole story.
Being a Tarask is still a pretty big caveat.
But a Lich's network is,
Countless soul
Chopped
trees, one
bit.
lich down.
That is
Arclich?
troublesome. Very troublesome.
Wait, what part? The fucking Lich network or the...
The soul stealing.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Nyla said she saw her dad. I think everyone saw somebody that died. If they went on to their gods, they would have, they wouldn't have been there.
You see him standing there, just kind of in thought. Nihilus, with your passive insight, You can tell that he is aware of something and mulling something over.
We shared a lot of
um,
information with you. Now's not the time to hold back.
It's not that I want to hide anything, but Kyrie always did mention that things were weird after the, I think she called them second generations.
We ran into a lich back in Closa. I can't recall if you had heard about it or not.
Common themes. And they're all in Valkothan ruins. And you were mentioning...
We have names.
Friend might know.
We have names. The lich that was here was named, sorry, I've got a lot of notes, Trioban.
Don't recognize that one myself.
The
but
lich that,
We fought before.
And was trying to contact Trioban was named, started with a V, I think. I'll find it. Give me a bit. Keep talking, I'm looking for it.
Velshroon?
No, it's not it. That was the death door.
No, well, Velshroon he's the god of necromancy.
Well, I definitely recognize that name.
It wasn't that. Well, that's a common theme too.
That is, somebody friend does not get along.
Oh, perfect. We were in the other lich's lair, and there were like doors that were tied with Velshroon, I believe, and then something here was tied with Velshroon. I can't recall.
Maybe you're talking about his general, Tarulvar.
That name
That
sounds
familiar. So probably.
We kicked his ass
Congratulations.
once.
Apparently you all have caught the attention of some of the worst entities possible.
Is that really a surprise?
Surprise you?
Considering that you, on a whim, just released a Tarrasque upon the world.
It was not a whim. We
Okay.
researched before we went in. It's not our fault. Friend withheld everything.
No, and I'm not blaming you, but there's definitely... Every time I talk to you guys, there's a lot to process.
Dude, it's literally been like 24 hours. It's actually been less than 24 hours because I forgot. It's been 24 hours for us, but not for you, so that's okay. There's a lot of shit.
You've only been gone for a day and a half, but
Real quick
I
though,
guess I should
Tells.
let you know about a few things on my end as well.
Tells really quick. Has it been a day and a half though?
Yes.
Because we did the 5-minute skip.
You did.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't realize we were down there that long.
Before you start, ideas on... It does have kind of like a sentience. I don't know if you want to start attuning to it so that we can safely get it on the ship or use it for the ship.
I mean, we can get on the ship, but...
Sure.
I don't want it to hurt Rumok.
So he sits there and starts going through the motions of attuning to it. And as he does so, he starts to converse with you all.
Okay.
So, Murda's in full riot. Half the city is currently being persuaded to put down arms by either the church or the Crescent Moon. The only reason the Silverfang building is even still standing is Kyrie's protections put on it. But probably would not suggest going there anytime soon.
But we can't just
And just
let the city
lighting-
burn.
They specifically blame you. And he kind of nods his head at both Aris and Nihilus.
Why?
Well, the tieflings were ran out of the town. Most of them got out safely. They were able to.
I thought they were okay because the losses they suffered, people weren't mad at them.
Well, when other factions that went to the lovely meeting started mentioning that the tieflings were in charge of the expedition, that changed some of their tune. The faction that wanted to make their way up to the northwest has taken on a much more prominent position within the city now.
Is he talking about the dwarves that I convinced
He
not
is
to go down?
indeed talking about the dwarves.
They ended up not. They decided to stay instead of going to Closa?
They did. They felt that they needed a few more provisions and ready to go. And you guys weren't gone for that long. You guys went only 3 days later to start the fight.
Fuckers.
And now they're trying to convince that nobody should be doing anything except trying to close portals and regain their hometown. But the Silver Fang lost them the capability to do so, and thus are working to disband it in the other cities as well.
Do they not realize that if we hadn't gone, it would have been worse?
Oh, I'm sure a few of them do, but I
They
don't
lost
think
loved
that'll
ones.
make any difference to the families and others that won't see their loved ones again.
It could have been a lot more families in that situation.
It would
And
have
while
been.
I'm aware of that, I don't think those individuals will care. And I am very much on your side with this. That is why I'm here and why I'm going to be stationed at Aleshon for a while. We are down to 2 cities left.
What?
Because
Closa and
Murda's
Lacan?
close on Lashon.
Oh yeah, I
I mean,
forgot we
Murda
were so
doesn't have to
limited.
be in turmoil. Can't we try talking to them? Try to find reasons?
We may want to let the city leaders. I can keep in contact with my mom and keep up with everything, but we might only make it worse.
And I think that is wise to stay away.
If we focus on closing portals, which is what they're most concerned with right now, probably help our reputation.
And considering that the orcs of Kalari have successfully taken back Milanok and are making their way to Ogrimnok, it's making their case stronger. Despite the methods that they use to get there.
Hey, Tails.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I was in the dungeon, the Valkothan ruins close to Nervir, and the Dragonborns there said that they never went past the lower levels because they felt an ominous presence. Would I have been able to distinguish that the ominous presence was necromantic?
The entire time you were down there was a very strong necromantic presence.
So that is a potential, another lich chain.
Well, if there's a fucking Draco Lich over there.
Well, he's further north. He's in the mountains above Nervir.
Well,
This is-
and literally the whole undead region of portals and stuff is over there.
I mean, that could be our next destination. The portal is right there, as well as a potential another lich that's stealing souls.
What allies do we have left that are
Publicly,
pushing towards?
not many. Privately, the Crescent Moon is still supporting you,
Okay.
as are the remnants of the Silver Fang,
Yeah.
although not much of that left. And the tower itself is also supporting you.
Yeah, the
What's-
city's not mad at the tower.
What is publicly supporting us?
Publicly supporting you would just be the tower.
And the Tieflings?
The Tieflings are no longer in Murda.
What
Oh,
about the church?
within. Okay, what about within like? Okay, and your church? Has the church been run out?
No,
The church
they
has not been run out as they chose to stay and protect the people. They're still held in
Okay.
quite the regard. There's currently a movement among its masses to bring their savior away from the corrupting influences of the rest of you.
Awesome.
He doesn't mean me, right?
Yes, he means you, and we're the corrupting influences.
But while the tower is in support of the Silver Fang, they are essentially hands tied to stop any of it at this point. They've closed their gates, they're no longer allowing anybody to go in and out, and are essentially relying on teleportation to Closa and Leshan in order to ensure supplies are still getting to them.
I've got a question. If we can have audiences within the tower, right? We can go there. We can get out.
The problem is the people. You might be able to convince a person. You might be able to convince a small group. We're talking about most of the population of Murda.
I understand that, but if things need to be transported or information needs to be expressed in long verse from the source,
I'm on it.
more than just sendings,
I know, I'm on it.
we can... Wait, what do you have?
I'm gonna send you my mom and ask her if she has a way for longer communication.
I can literally teleport us to the tower and then Lashon.
We're not doing that. Not everybody in the tower is going to be happy with us. And it
But
just takes one
where's the portal
person
room?
letting the town know we're there. We're not going to murder right now.
I'm not saying right now. I'm just saying if the time comes that we need to.
What about the druids?
The Druids were never fans of the Silver Fang's way of doing things. They were accepting that they did not have a better solution than what the Tower and the Silver Fang had.
Okay.
But that is mostly so that they could cleanse the land after the fact.
So, oh, fuck. Our allies. What fronts can we push on?
I mean, if we're forbade from going back to Murda, we might as well close portals. If we have two ways of closing it without more people sacrificing their lives.
Mine's
We have
limited.
you and we have Athena. I mean Nihilus.
Give me a second. I don't think I can do it right now. I'll double check that though.
I mean, I would love to go back to Murda, but
Yeah,
you guys
not
says it's
happening.
not the best.
No. Not right now. You would be fine. We would not be. And I don't know if they'd let you leave.
Just as
I mean,
as a note,
how's-
I can.
You can close portals?
Yeah, once.
I can as well.
To give you an idea, it takes 20 time shards, and I have 31.
Okay. I can, and I get that back in a day.
Tails, wasn't whenever I basically outed the White Arrow, how, like, did I have, like, a big following, or, like, just, like, a small following to try to curve stomp
A
it?
very big following.
Like, in the size of Murda following, like, a quarter, a eighth, a 16th?
So at the time of the White Arrow, it was probably close to a quarter. Since you opened up the church to all religions, and it has now become a focal point, probably close to almost 2/3 of the city now use it.
They can be against the rest of us, but we still have a beacon somewhere in the city. Even if we can't go back.
Well, yeah, I'm just thinking of potential starting points. I know that they think highly of me.
I think our starting point is to close portals.
It's the direction that we're talking about right now, I think. What's the most pressing? I know the tieflings are going to the fire plane. They are going right now, probably, since they can't go anywhere in the town.
I think we owe them.
I wouldn't be against going with them. Unless there's another option.
Rumak, when you're done attuning to this, just let us know how best you think we can use it for the ship.
I mean, if you're going to be closing portals, I'd suggest for weapons.
And we wouldn't need to like change it or anything. It would be okay the way it is.
Well, luckily, this being a Mythalar, it's pretty much exactly what we'd be converting it into.
Because it's got feelings. And I mentally had pat it.
You kind of see him look it over. I don't know about something with feelings controlling the weapons.
It's happy to see it. Like I speak.
Well, we could make this one in charge of moving and move the other one to weapons.
Is that possible?
I think that might be a good solution.
Because it seems very happy holding stuff up.
It was doing it for how long?
All right, I think we can do that.
Can I name it? Can I name the fucking ball?
Doesn't it, like, have worship Mistra? Shouldn't Nihilus do it?
It was created by Mithril.
I
No.
vote.
Mistral. Jesus, I'm tired.
I vote that we name it Mithy Whiffy.
No.
I say that to the ball. How's it respond? Bally Wally.
Wouldn't
It
that
kinda just is very confused by the very concept of a name.
wouldn't that indirectly mean that the ship's name is Bali Wally or whatever we choose?
Rumak, can we use the communication orb in the city to speak to the tower?
We got one in Leshon, and we got one in Closa.
That is what my mother suggested to be able to communicate with the tower.
So I think we go back to Leshon. Rumok, would I be able to get some spell components? Fuck. Hey, Rumok.
Mm-hmm.
How difficult would it be to see Shade currently?
Shade might have a
Our
shop
store
in...
in Leshon.
Yeah.
Oh, it's in Leshon. Perfect. I'm gonna go see Shade whenever we get back, but I didn't know
she has a store in every city, right?
I didn't know that
She
she
has a
had.
store in a lot of
I didn't know
them.
she had a store in Leshon.
He also has a store in Demon World.
Okay. Never mind. Ignore me. We can go back to Leshon, I think, then, and then.
All right then. I guess let's get you hooked up. Oh, and you notice that the orb starts chatting with Rumak, and you notice that there's a very interesting connection that starts to occur.
Yeah.
You don't know particularly why, but the orb takes an immediate liking to Rumok.
All right, I'm going to say goodbye to the orb, and I'm taking it from my attuned slots and putting my bracers back on.
Okay. And it takes a bit of time. Rumok is able to convince the Mythalar to make its way to the other portion of the ship. And eventually it is just sitting in the bridge, happy as can be to be making a item float again.
Oh.
Aw.
I unattune, by the way.
Okay. So currently it is just Rain and Rumok.
I need my bracers.
Kinda want the robe.
These things have pumped out some damage.
Mm-hmm.
I can take the rope for now.
You want the vision?
For now.
It's up
I
to
think.
100.
We got the goggles too.
Yeah, that's true.
I think Jean
I
was
mean,
gonna wear them.
I was assuming that I was wearing the goggles.
Oh, I don't know. I just identify stuff and give it back.
Because he needs the dark.
The dark vision.
Hmm.
Do you want the cloak, Rain?
Sure.
Okay.
I don't have
Alright,
any.
so that is a robe of eyes.
How you guessed then?
I'll
very
reattune my
creepy.
staff then. For now.
Hmm.
That being said, you probably don't want to stand next to me if we go delving dungeon diving anytime soon.
Does it take him the attunement
Yeah.
slot, Jean?
For what?
Your goggles?
No.
You shouldn't need to do that anymore then.
He's talking about Rain and the robe of eyes and his light.
Is
That
it
is if they
light?
do
Well,
daylight though.
light
It's light
is
and
fine
daylight.
as long as it's not cast on the robe.
On the rope, yeah.
Daylight is the proximity one.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was both.
They're separate in their range.
I just have to not stand 5 feet.
Oh yeah. It specifies light cast on the robe or daylight
Uh-huh.
within 5 feet. Okay, yeah,
Yes.
I misread.
And Rumok takes you all to Leshon. And as you get there, we will pick it up next time.
So here's my hope for the Trask. They've literally been stripping its skin for centuries. Hopefully
Good
it's
stuff,
going